ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। So topic for this evening is managing stress. I was told, Swamiji, I was told that stress is one of the important reasons for the deaths occurring at a relatively young age. And again I was told, Swamiji, doctors in particular simply experience so much stress that even they also, the mortality in their lifespan also is rather short. Therefore, please help us how to manage this stress. We will talk about the stress in reference to very famous words, or one line of the words from the Bhagavad Gita. I presume that most of you must have heard this verse. Karmanye vādikāraste mā phaleshu kadāchana. Ask somebody, do you know Bhagavad Gita? Yes, I know Bhagavad Gita. What do you know? Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadāchana. Very famous lines from Bhagavad Gita. You know that Bhagavad Gita is a teaching imparted by Lord Krishna to Arjuna in the midst of battlefield. And battlefield symbolizes also that the life also is battlefield, sort of. The battle also symbolizes the various challenges that we have and the stresses that we experience in our life. Therefore, battlefield is a very appropriate setup for teaching how to conduct ourselves, how to negotiate ourselves in the journey of life. And of course, Bhagavad Gita is very long, it's a big dialogue, from which this one line, which is very famous, is what I have selected to talk about. Then Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, Karmanye vādikāraste mā phaleshu kadāchana. Karmani eva adhikāraste. Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, in the freedom, it is your responsibility to perform karma. By karma is meant what is the right thing to do in a given situation. What is the right thing to do in a given situation? Because there is often a choice of what is right and what I like. Often what I like very different from what is right. Lord Krishna says, we make sure that in every situation we do what is right. Which may not necessarily be what I like. Why so? Because what I like is what I think is beneficial to me as an individual. Very often, my mind asks this question, what is in it for me? What is in it for me? This tells us a very interesting episode in a government office. Once upon a time, they decided to give name plates to all the people in the government office. The triangular block, on one side you write your name in English, other side you write the name in Gujarati, because this was a central office. A lot of non-Gujaratis were also working there. So depending upon who you are talking to, you display an appropriate name either in English or Gujarati. What about the third side? Somebody a very bright idea. While these name plates were being painted, this fellow went to the painter and said, on the third side, write what I asked you to write. So now this is a government office, an accountant general office, where the bills are passed, and this person displays his name in English or Gujarati depending upon who he is talking to. At a very appropriate time of negotiation, he displays the third side. Do you know what was written on the third side which nobody knew? This was a private thing. Yeah, he said, what is in it for me? So while I am settling your bill, while I am settling your account in the accounting general office, at a very critical time, this fellow displays what is in it for me. Meaning, what am I going to get by settling your accounts and your bills? So this is a question, or this is what my mind usually asks. In every situation, my mind asks, what is in it for me? Because I am an individual, I have an ego, I have my own needs, I have my own expectations, and suddenly I am working for an organization, and therefore the welfare of the organization is important, but I am also working for myself, and therefore my own welfare also is important. And therefore, every situation generally presents before me a choice of what is right and what I like. What do I like? What is beneficial to me as an individual? What is right? What is beneficial to the organization for which I am working? So there may be conflict of interest. If there is a conflict of interest, then the question of choice comes. Choice is a special privilege that a human being enjoys. You know that we are all gifted with free will, and free will means the freedom of making choice. We should always use while negotiating our vehicle in the traffic, a choice, this way or that way. In life also, in every situation we have a choice. Because as human beings, the privilege of free will or freedom of choice, whether to do it this way or that way, and mainly the choice that I am talking about is what I like, what is right and what I like. We have a set of values. This is a typical situation of a human being, as I said, where we are blessed with the freedom of choice. But when there is a choice, there is also the responsibility of making the right choice. The freedom must be accompanied with responsibility. Otherwise, the freedom becomes license. For example, on the road, I have the freedom to negotiate my vehicle, drive my vehicle the way I want. But there are always restrictions. There are laws which I should follow while driving my vehicle on the road. Life also is like that. Each one of us has freedom to do what we like to do. At the same time, there are responsibilities also that we have. Because there are the basic laws in life. And we are required to follow the basic laws of life. Swami, what is the basic law? The basic law of life is very simple. I should not do unto others what I do not want them to do to me. This you must have heard. In the Mahabharata, they say more than once, Atmana pratikulani anyesham samachare. Atmana pratikulani. What is pratikulam to you, what you do not want others to do? You should not do that. So whether we like it or not, we are given this consciousness. I have a conscience. And I am born with certain awareness that I do not want others to hurt me. I am very clear about how I want to be treated by others. I am very clear about how I want to be treated by others. I do not want others to lie to me. I do not want others to cheat me. I do not want others to hurt me. We are all in agreement as to what we expect from others. As human beings, we are also conscious that what I expect from others is what others expect from me. If this was not there, life would have been very simple. That fortunately or unfortunately, I know that others expect from me what I expect from them. That is why there is a sense of guilt that when I deliberately do something which I know goes against what I am expected to do, there is a sense of guilt. Understand? All creatures do not have guilt. Human being, we are the most evolved creature in nature. And one of the signs of evolution is the sense of hurt and guilt. This hurt and guilt A very unique features of a human being. A cat doesn't feel hurt or guilt. When a cat makes a mouse a breakfast of a mouse, doesn't feel guilty that I've done something wrong. Do you think so? If a cat feels guilty when it makes mouse its breakfast, I don't think so. I know that a friend of mine had a big house and a big garden and had a cat. This cat would take a round in the garden and make several squirrels his breakfast. Come and sit before you as if nothing has happened. You can see the blood on the face of the cat. Nothing has happened. The cat does not feel guilty that it has killed these squirrels and stuff like that. No creature other than human being feels guilty. You would like that, isn't it? Suppose there was no guilt, life would have been very simple. You hurt somebody, do whatever you want, don't feel guilty. That would have been wonderful. But no. We are born with a sense of guilt. When we know that we have deliberately done something wrong, we feel guilty because I have done something to somebody else which I do not want them to do to me. Meaning that when I treat others in a way that I know I do not want to be treated, then I feel guilty. Is it good to have this guilt or not? These cats and dogs have no guilt. If they conduct themselves as they like, but we cannot do that because we feel guilty and I know that it's something wrong that I have done. This hurt and guilt are the unique feelings that a human being has. In a way, that is the cause, a major cause of stress, major cause of our unhappiness or sadness. A major cause of stress is this hurt and guilt. So the stress in a way is given to us as a protecting mechanism so that others are protected from me, that have a guilt, and that I want to be protected from others, for it is hurt. The hurt and guilt are the feelings or mechanisms that are specially given to human beings as evolved creatures to protect others from us and protect ourselves from others. But this hurt and guilt are the major cause of stress. No, Swamiji, we have many other stresses. We have to perform the surgery is a very big and very stressful thing. I do not know whether my surgery or my action will be successful or not. There is a lot of stress in me when there is a complicated surgery which I have planned, and I do not know whether it is successful or not. Swami, my work is very stressful. Swami, life is very stressful. Well, let us tell you one thing. It is not that an action is stressful. It is not that life is stressful. It is not that a situation is stressful. It is my attitude towards the situation that is stressful. If situation is stressful, nobody can avoid stress because situation is stressful. But it is not the situation that is stressful, it is my attitude towards the situation that has a potential of creating stress, and that we can manage stress. Meaning that for the stress to arise, of course the situations are required, but only situations do not create stress. It is my expectation, my attitudes combined with the situation which is what causes stress. Whereas I do not have control over situation, but I have control over my attitudes towards situation, the way I perceive the situations, the way I respond to situation. That is where I have freedom. Sorry, if life was stressful, people have no choice but the stress because life is stressful. Swamiji, work is stressful, salary is stressful, work in the office workplace is very stressful. If those things are stressful, you have no choice because they create stress. But no, it is not the situation alone that creates stress. It is the way I relate to the situation. It is the way I perceive the situation. It's the way I respond to the situation that causes stress. That's why I say that, whereas we do not have freedom in controlling situations because we will confront them. The freedom in how we relate to the situation, how we approach the situation, what attitude I have towards the situation. That is where we have the freedom. That is where I quoted a line in the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna says, Karmanyeva vikaraste amma phaleshu vadasana. In every situation, there is something that we control and something that we do not control. In every situation, there is something that we control, something that we do not. Karmanyevadikaraste, Lord Krishna says that karma means what you have to do is what you have to control. You can control what you have to do. In every situation, I am supposed to give a response to the situation. Every situation expects a response from me. And Lord Krishna says that it is a duty that you must provide an appropriate response to the situation. Karmanyevadikaraste. Karmani, as far as the situation response is concerned, karma is concerned, action is concerned, it is your responsibility to make sure that you do what is right. Mahaphaleshu vadasana. Phala means the fruit. Situation includes two things. Karma, the action that I perform, the effort that I make, and phala is the outcome from that effort. Effort and outcome. Lord Krishna says, you control the effort, but you have no control over the outcome. Yes, Swamiji, we know that. Very simple thing. Let's all keep that in mind. Keep the simple thing in mind that I have the control and I have the responsibility toward the situation of what I should do in a situation, which is what is my control. And I I have no freedom in determining what the outcome will be. Look at the outcome. Very often the outcome becomes a great source of stress because when I do something, what will happen? When I perform an action, the outcome becomes very important because Swami, the outcome, I don't know what will happen. I can't control the outcome, and therefore I don't know whether I will be successful or not. So what should we do? Lord Krishna says, Ma Paresh Padachana. Hey, you do not control the outcome. Then what should you do? I performed action. If you believe in such a thing as God, or believing, let us say, of the law of nature, that I have the freedom to perform the action, the outcome is determined by the law of nature. We can't call it law of karma, law of nature. That I have one role to perform the action. As far as outcome is concerned, I do not control the law of karma, the law of nature, control that. Swami, I heard this 3 times, now what more? If this is so, then just the right attitude. Right attitude is what I control, and right attitude towards what I don't control. To do what is right, to do what is proper may not always be personally profitable to me, and therefore very often I am tempted to compromise the values. So one cause of stress is compromising values. What is the values? Do what is right. Do what is right, do the best, perform the best action. As a doctor, you are committed to the well-being of the patient, and therefore do that which is in the well-being of the patient. The Swami is that will be my well-being, then you have to sacrifice your well-being in order to make sure that what you do is right. It's not always easy to do what is right. But very often, in doing what is right, I am able to compromise what I like, because it's not always beneficial to me personally. Meaning that when I perform an action, I must be willing to let go, willing to sacrifice my personal gain, sacrifice my personal benefit if necessary, to make sure that what I do is right, in keeping with the basic laws of life, basic values of life. I told you what's the basic value is, I should do unto others what I want them to do to me. I should not do unto others what I do not want them to do to me. For a doctor, you know much better than I do, that the welfare of a patient is the most important thing. The Swamiji, do you know that we have invested crores of rupees in this clinic? And you realize that I have to recover that money. Unless I do it this way and that way, when I will get back the money that I invested in that. So when that comes into picture, what about my money, what about my profit, what about my well-being, whatever. So when I comes in, what is it for me? Very often, the action is compromised, the quality is compromised, the value is compromised. Now this is one cause of stress. Because inside I know when I do something deliberately, when I do something that is wrong, I know that what I am doing is wrong. There is a sense of guilt when I do something wrong deliberately. That causes in me a stress. Guilt causes a stress. Now, Swamiji, you don't know. I know so many people who without any hesitation do what is not right and they don't feel anything at all. Swami, I know many people who can feel nothing, no guilt at all. How would you like in a situation? You don't feel guilty. Is it a good situation? Swami, yeah, that's right, no guilt at all. Now, as I say, this cat, when it kills a mouse, no sense of guilt. When I also feel no sense of guilt, you know something what has happened? I have evolved, evolution, I have evolved to the level of cat. Meaning that no sense of guilt. It is, I have become insensitive, I have lost my sensitivity to feel a sense of guilt. That's good, Swami. Then I can do what I want. But you know something? A cat or a buffalo. Suppose you present before a cat a nice buffalo, a nice flower. What will buffalo do? He'll just chew it up. Do you think a buffalo can enjoy a flower? Do you think a cat can enjoy some colors? They can enjoy. They don't have the sense to enjoy life at all. And when you become like cat, don't feel guilty, which means that you have lost the sensitivity. That means that we have compromised or we have sacrificed a lot of joy or happiness in our life. Because happiness is possible only when we are sensitive, otherwise it's not. So understand that by deliberately doing something which is wrong, because it is possible that there are some temptations in me that force me to do something wrong. And so there are some compulsions, Swami, the compulsions. The politicians talk about compulsions. There are compulsions, Swami. We have this electoral constituency and we take their needs in mind and then we do certain things. That are compulsions. That means they know what they are doing is wrong, and they still do that. When this happens, then slowly we lose our sensitivity. When we lose the sensitivity, then we lose also the capacity to enjoy life, to enjoy the fine things of life. Only hard things can happen. We cannot enjoy fine music, we need that strong music. We cannot enjoy fine food, only spicy stuff we can enjoy. Meaning that we lose our sensitivity and that way we are compromising a lot of privilege that is given to us. Therefore, we cannot get away from the consequences of compromising values, of doing something wrong deliberately. There is guilt. There is hurt. When somebody does something to me which I do not like, I feel hurt. The hurt and guilt are the major causes of stresses in our life. And the solution is very simple. Karmanyavadikaraste mahapulesh padasana. When you do something, make sure that what you do is right. That I do not compromise my values. That yes, my ego may come in the way, my self-centeredness very often comes in the way and compels me to compromise the value, but then I exercise my restraint, do not allow my temptations, do not allow my self-interest to control what I do, and my values control what I do. Then I have eliminated an important cause of stress in my life. No stress. Swamiji, I have no problem. I fall asleep right away because there is no sense of guilt. But Swami, you don't know. People, they don't feel guilty. They keep doing the wrong things and feel no guilty. I give them an example. This little thing sometimes Don't make us feel guilty. It's like this young man who has this bike. And to control these young people, they have this what we call the speed, what is it? The speed brake, what is it? Yeah. Not accelerator. The speed breakers are all those big speed breakers. That's what they are. You see, young people care for them, they don't care. He just like this, like that, he's young. But when your bike jumps like that, you are strong and therefore you will not feel any effect. But understand that is a small little trauma that takes place in your spine. You're young and strong, then you don't feel the effect of the trauma. But it builds up and builds up and builds up. At the age of 45, all of a sudden, one day he wakes up in the morning with a catch in his brain and his back, he cannot stand up. Why? Oh, something happened to me. Something did not happen to you overnight. It is happening to you. It's all built up for all this kind of jumping that happened when you did not respect the speed breaks. In life also, we don't care for a little lie here, a little dishonesty there, a little compromise here, because they're not big things. They don't add up. At the age of 50, you feel depressed. Mid-life stress, mid-life problems, So this midlife crisis they call about. What is a midlife crisis? Because until then, I did not bother about what I was doing. So those little stresses add up and create depression. Don't think that depression gets created in one day. It's a build-up of a certain process of thinking, certain process of doing things. And therefore we must know that we cannot get away from the effect of what we do. Therefore, one simple rule is, do what is right. Whether I like it or not. And you know what will happen? When I deliberately do what is right, I slowly gain control over my mind, over my impulses, over my stresses, and that is how slowly we develop control over our mind. We develop that the ability to do what is right. And that's how our sankalpa, our resolve also becomes strong, that I develop the strength of what is to do, what is right, and I can take up the various challenges in my life. Lord Krishna says, the attitude is the outcome. Hey, you do not control the outcome. You control the action, therefore make sure that you do what is right, whether you like it or not. As far as the outcome is concerned, you don't control. So then what should I do? Gracefully accept it. Have you heard this serenity prayer? God gave me the serenity to accept gracefully what I cannot control. Have you heard this? It's called serenity prayer. It's very famous in the United States and those circles. God gave me the serenity to accept gracefully what I cannot control. Give me courage to do what I control and give the wisdom to know the difference. Give me serenity to do gracefully, accept gracefully what I cannot control. The courage to do what is right in situations that I control, and give me the wisdom to know the difference between what I can control and what I do not control. In every situation, I should ask this question: what do I control and what I do not control? What is my attitude to what I control? I am committed to do what is right. What is my attitude to what I do not control? I gracefully accept what I do not control. So what do you mean by gracefully accept what I do not control? Now, in Bhagavad Gita, you would say that we have a sort of partnership with God, with Ishvara. Imagine a tennis court in which there is a coach on the other side. Your tennis coach on the other side, and you are on this side. And the coach is coaching you, training you. So then you make a shot, and what the coach does, he returns the shot. But the coach, being what he is, he will not necessarily return the shot where you are. You are standing here, he may make a shot which goes to the other side of the court, makes you run. Meaning that a good coach will make you run from this end of the court to the other end of the court. For what? So that you get trained. Similarly, other end of the court in our life is this Bhagavan, Ishvara, who gives the result of action. You perform the action, the results are given by the laws of action, or we call it, you don't like God. If you don't like God, laws of action. You look upon him as a coach, the one who gives the outcome, who gives the result of action is like a coach. Don't think that when the outcome is painful that it is done to punish Swamiji. Is God punishing me? No, God does not punish you. But then why does he give me pain, Swamiji? Why do I don't always get success? Why is there pain in my life? How would that be? There is no pain in life. How would that be? As doctors, how would you think? No pain. Would it not be wonderful? I'm walking and then I'm not careful, and then my toe strikes with a stone and there's a fracture. There's no pain. What will happen? Is pain good or not? The pain of our life, is it desirable or not desirable? As doctors, you know that pain is meant to draw your attention to something that requires something you treated. Similarly also, whatever pain comes in our life, emotional pain, also is meant not to hurt us, not as a punishment. It comes to us for helping us to do what is needed to be done. That hey, you did something, you perhaps compromised something, you violated something, and therefore do something right. That's it. This is our attitude towards life. That whatever comes to me, as long as what comes to me is success, is what I like, no problem. But when I confront something that I do not like, something that is painful, then also what is my attitude? My attitude is given to me for my growth rather than my punishment. Meaning that pain also comes in our life for helping us to grow stronger rather than feeling that it is meant to punish me. Success comes, nobody has a problem. Failure comes, lot of problems. But pain also comes in order to help us grow, help us become strong. Even though success and failure are only human problems, we decide what is success and we decide what is failure, and then we say, I don't want this and I don't want that. Lord Krishna says that there is no success and no failure. Both there is action and the outcome. But anyway, even if the failure is there, it is meant for my growth, meant to help me become stronger than what I am. So this is the attitude. Karma, action and the outcome. Action, my attitude is, I do what is right, whether I like it or not. Outcome, I accept it gracefully as meant to help me grow. If it is pleasant, I am happy. Unpleasant, I also accept gracefully that is meant for my growth. If this is so, no stress in life. These things cause stress. Action causes stress because I am not always ready to do what is right. outcome causes stress because I brand it as something that is punishment, something that I do not like. When I stop branding like this, I am comfortable in performing any action and gracefully receiving any outcome. Then there is no third cause of stress. One cause of stress, what I have to do. Other cause of stress, the way I respond to situation. If this is my attitude, that I do what is right, and in every situation, I accept gracefully what comes to me as either an encouragement or an opportunity to grow, then there is no stress. So this is how it is not that situation causes stress, it is not that life is stressful, it is the way I respond to life, respond to situations, that is what causes stress. And that's where I can correct, that's where I have control, towards what karma, and just karma phala, the effort as well. Alright, with that I'll conclude my talk.